Hello, strong people. Week 4, day 2 of America's Strongest Man Prep. Sandbag toss day, deadlift day. And then I'd imagine also RDLs, squats, and, rows. And then some other stuff in there, but those are like the big ones. So I'll be honest, all I've looked at today is what I have to do for deadlift. No idea what's needed for bag toss. If I had to guess, maybe 45, 50 pounds for some doubles. I think last week was 45 for doubles, so probably same thing. I'm guessing somewhere around there. But kind of the big thing that we're looking at today is deadlift. So we have one top set. Remember last week when I mentioned about asking my coach about back down sets? Rather than kind of building up to that pyramid, top of that pyramid. He went ahead and did that without even me saying anything. Once he reviewed my last week's stuff, he was like, he took it upon myself to adjust the next 2 weeks to work up to that top set, do that top set, and then have a back down set or two. And yeah, so we were just kind of in sync without even talking about it. I did mention it once he sent it to me that I had the same thought, so it was just cool. It worked out that way. And then, so what do we have? Oh, it's one set of 4 from 680 to 720, somewhere in there. So that's a pretty big range. What did I get last week? 583 or 683 for 3. After 658 for, is it 5? I think 5. So we'll see how we're feeling, obviously, but I would love to break into the 7s today. If I could pull 7 something, 720 would be amazing. But if I could pull something for a set of 4 in the 7s, we're in a pretty good spot. So we'll see. I don't really want to talk much more. So let's get warmed up. Go throw some bags, and then get in here and pull something hopefully heavy. All right, so back toss is pretty bad. The very last rep was about the only one that I felt like I actually used my legs in. Felt very flat-footed. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, I'm able to use them a little bit better on deadlifts. But I'm about to get started warming up on those. And that's really about it. Just wanted to pause here and say those are pretty bad. Just didn't feel that pop. That very last rep I did, but I was in my head. I was like, "You're barely clearing this. More leg drive." But like it wasn't quite clicking. And then like finally I got it to click that last rep for whatever reason. So that's disappointing. Last two sessions of bag toss feels like it's regressed a little bit. I don't know. I feel like I'm ready for a deload pretty soon, but I know we're not quite there yet. So just got to keep going. So let's get warmed up for deads and see what we are capable of today. That sucked. I'm not overly surprised. Pretty much nothing felt great warming up. Even my back just felt a little funky. Nothing bad, just didn't feel strong. So days like that happen. The top set of my dads are just terrible every single week. And it's partially my fault. I'm jumping too far ahead. I still feel like I'm improving week to week, except this week. I don't know. It's tough for me to say that I haven't improved when I've never pulled anything above 7 for a double on an axle from the floor. I'm trying to think of I don't think I've given myself enough credit here. Although I failed what was prescribed to me. Trying to think here. Oh no! Raw. With a deadlift suit, I've pulled more. But that's a suit. So, trying to think. I don't think I've ever pulled anything above 675 raw on a deadlift bar or an axle. I'm pretty sure. Not that I couldn't have, it's just I never have. So, that's interesting. Not that it matters too much, it's just perspective. To be fair, I don't even think I could have hit the bottom number today for 4. Those 2 reps were hard. Maybe 3 would have been there, but it would have been a real grind and a half. And I'm already feeling kind of fatigued, and I don't think it would be smart to do that right now. Considering that I gotta train 3 days in a row this week, which isn't ideal when you do heavy stuff this often, or when you're doing this heavy of exercises. So it's gonna be heavy the next 3 days. So maybe it's, considering how everything's kind of feeling, probably smart to not push it crazy hard today. With all that being said, I would love to have done that for 4 reps. Just wasn't there. But this is still not a bad spot to be in. But I have back down sets now, so I think it's 2 sets of 4 at like 6:15. We'll see how they feel. If my back is still just irritated, might call it. We'll see. But, Oh, that was about as bad as I thought it was going to be. There's no second set of that. Oh God. I'm gassed. Oh. I did everything. I guess I'm just tired. I don't know. Some days are like that. Like I actually slept. I got a whole extra hour of sleep last night. Like I was actually asleep like at 11 or slightly before. Got all the food in, did everything. I don't know. I need to eat more carbs, I think, now. If you haven't been following along, I've upped my protein significantly. So I was probably eating 150 grams of protein before a day, which is not good. Less than half of what I should have been getting. But I was still eating to be like full, like, intuitive eating sort of. So obviously I wasn't eating all that protein, so I was eating more carbs then. But now that I'm eating more protein, I am not prioritizing carbs as much because the protein's kind of filling me up. So I need to do a better job of getting carbs in. Because I'm not saying that's the reason. I'm just thinking in general. Like I was talking about it last night with my buddies. And it's a little bit of a challenge because now that I'm prioritizing this one thing, I think I'm slacking on the other one just because eating more of one thing is inherently taking away from the other thing unless I'm actively trying to eat more of it. So I got to be better, specifically before the gym. Hopefully more carbs before then. It's my own fault today. I'm not saying it could just be I had a rough day. But I ate lunch early today and I've been trying to eat it later, like 1:30 or so. It just wasn't an option today. So I ate at like 11:30, a little bit before noon. And my intention was to get some sort of, high carb snack mid-afternoon somewhere, somewhat closer to the gym time, to training time. And I just didn't. And then I didn't get out here that much later than I normally would, but I did have a little errand to run after work. I had to stop at Walmart and then get gas, so it pushed everything back a little bit more than what I would have liked. Now that I'm sitting here, I'm actually kind of queasy. I'm kind of nauseous. I don't really know why. I don't feel very good all of a sudden. Just like stomach kind of sick. So I'm gonna do what I can. Things are not gonna be as heavy as they have been weeks before. I'm gonna try to get just some work in, which it's not the end of the world. It's probably gonna be better for me considering I'm training 3 days in a row this week. So I'm gonna talk less and just kind of move along with. I think RDLs are next. So, and it kind of sucks because everything's low rep, low weight, or not. Sorry, low. What's the word I'm looking for? Low reps and sets. So it's just like a 4x4 RDLs, I think. So I would love to push it heavy, but I just don't. I do not feel that good right now. So, all right, let's just move on to whatever's next. Kind of fast forwarding through some of the workout here. There wasn't really much to see. It's the same stuff as weeks before, but a lot lighter. Thankfully. Well, I guess it wasn't supposed to be lighter technically, but I'm tired. For no reason. I shouldn't be tired, but I am. I'm running out of pre-workout too. I've just been taking random things from like from what I have left over from the Arnold, and I think I'm like out. So you shouldn't need pre-workout every day anyway, but I've definitely been having more caffeine than I usually do. So that could be it too. I don't know. I'm gonna do these 2 sets real quick and then go inside because I got nothing else to say. Yesterday was even a rest day. I didn't look back to verify for sure, but I'm pretty sure that 703 for a double is the most I've ever repped from the floor raw. Because I haven't had an opportunity to do anything like that in a show. Anytime I've been over 700, it's always been for singles. Because it's been working towards a max of some sort. At least I'm pretty, yeah, definitely raw at least. I'm trying to think back. I don't think I even, now one of my better sets of deadlift I've ever done, it was suited. 724 for 4, and then 5 kind of got away from me. It felt very good, but I definitely had more in the tank that day. Maybe one more. I don't want to say too much, but maybe one more. But raw, I have only pulled over 700 ever on a straight bar or on a deadlift bar or an axle. Only a couple times. Maybe 10. I'm trying to think. Because I had a max axle with Olympic City. I know I had singles up in the 7s going into that. But only, not too many. Iron Grizzly, I think I had some singles going into that. But definitely never doubles. Huh. That's pretty cool. I know that it's a PR, but like, it bothers me so bad when I don't hit what is prescribed to me on the program. Yeah, it is what it is. Also, some of these weights were more so preparing for a way heavier deadlift ladder. Like the last bar is 750, and we were expecting minimum 800. But I think we may have judged this a little bit too harshly. Because I just watched a guy, Nico, Greek Goliath on Instagram. Very good deadlifter. Very, very good. I don't know his best pulls or anything, but he's talked about pulling 1,000 pounds in a suit before. I think he's done probably 900 raw, I would imagine. I don't know for sure, but very, very good deadlifter. And I just watched him do the ladder, this ladder that we're about to do at ASM. And he did it, but I don't want to say it was comfortable. The last bar definitely had a little bit of hitching to it, ramping, whatever you want to call it. So, now I know he's not like fully peaked for it, blah, 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 blah. But I've seen that dude just rip 800 plus pounds off the floor just about any day of the week, it seems like. So to watch him struggle a little bit on this ladder puts it into perspective a little bit more. With that being said, I'd love to try to finish it. I don't know if I'll be able to. I'm going to be pretty close to matching my 1 rep max single at the end of this ladder. So, because because I pulled what, 775 at Olympic City, and that was on a tire deadlift. It was still a 9-inch pull, but if you time it right, you can get a little bit of something out of the tires off the floor. So, I don't know. I'm doing a lot of talking and thinking tonight, a lot less lifting. That's my problem. All right, one more set. All right, back out here tomorrow for circus dumbbell and whatever else. No idea what I have on the program. I know it's circus something, so we'll see. Ugh. All right, I don't have anything else to say. My brain is flatlining, so until next time, go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.